Thank you. Are there any comments by mayor, staff, city council members, city attorney, IBA, city clerk? I see none. We will move forward with our discussion agendas. Clerk, please introduce item 200.
Yes, item 200, consideration of a citizens initiative measure for a Better San Diego initiative for placement on the March 3rd, 2020 municipal special election ballot and related actions regarding ballot materials. This item is not subject to the mayor's veto. And I do have a very brief, 3 minutes or less presentation for you. And if it pleases the chair, I'll go ahead and launch right into it.
Go ahead.
I am here this afternoon with my Deputy Director, Deanna Fuentes. She oversees elections and information services. Next slide. Just by way of background, you'll probably recall the proponents filed their initiative petition with my office in July of 2018. In September, the initiative was certified to contain the requisite number of valid signatures. And on April 15, 2019, the City Council adopted a resolution declaring an intention to submit the initiative petition to the voters at a municipal special election to be held in March 2020. Next slide. Oh, and I should also note, look at the pictures that accompany the slides because it shows you the progression from the grading of the original site through to the building of Qualcomm Stadium. So that's a nice little addition from our archives access and preservation. Sorry. So next slide. Action. The actions before you today include sub-item A, which is an ordinance to submit the actual petition to the voters on March 3rd, 2020. Sub-item B directs the preparation of related ballot materials, and that includes, of course, the ballot title and summary, the fiscal analysis, and, should the council choose, assigning ballot arguments. Next slide, please. As far as fiscal considerations go this far out, we only have a projection for you. The Registrar of Voters projects the measure to be between $450,000 to $500,000 for placement on the March ballot. Of course, you'll recall my telling us over and over again that the cost will vary. We're so far out at this point, and there's so many factors that go into that projection that is the best we could do at this point in time. Next slide. So as far as the assignments go, again, I noted ballot title summary, impartial analysis, fiscal analysis. The only thing that is worth noting is that this is the opportunity for the council members to actually authorize authorship to one of them, and as our municipal code notes, that ballot arguments submitted and signed by individual members of the City Council, including the mayor, but not authorized by resolution of the City Council, will be considered as submitted by individual voters for the purpose of selecting arguments for the sample ballot. So with that, that concludes my presentation. We do have quite a large number of public speakers on this item.
Thank you. And before we move to public testimony, I believe the city attorney has comments.
Thank you. The action docketed for today would submit to the March 3rd, 2020 election ballot the Citizens Initiative measure titled For a Better San Diego. The City Attorney's Office has prepared a ballot title and question as shown in the box in Section 3 of the ordinance, which is sub-item A of this action. We want to remind the City Council and members of the public that a ballot title and question must meet the following requirements. It must be a fair and accurate depiction of the measure and what it would do if approved. It is limited by law to 75 words, including the short title. It must capture the gist of what the measure is about so that the voters can make an informed decision. And like all ballot materials, it cannot be false or misleading, must be neutral and not argumentative, and must follow legal requirements. We would like to make one clerical correction to the ballot heading as follows. We've asked to put it up on the screen. The heading should read, quote, initiative measure increasing hotel visitor tax and authorizing bonds, instead of initiative measure increasing hotel visitor tax issuing bonds. This is consistent with the ballot question. Under Charter Section 275A, our office can make this change without the need for a motion. Any other changes proposed to the ballot question, however, would need to fall into the parameters described above. We're available to answer questions.
Thank you. We will now move with public testimony. Clerk, please proceed.
Yes, again, we have a large number of speakers, so as your name is called, almost the entire front row is vacant, so please take a seat to be on deck. It does help with meeting